Hello, my dear students. Today we will continue the same chapter, but today we will be winding this chapter. So today's last topic is properties of ethers. In our previous session, we understood preparation part. So in chemistry, especially in the second part, we all know that we have to learn three topics: preparation, properties, and uses, especially for the first four chapters. Right. So I welcome you all for today's session on properties of ethers. Totally, we have to learn two properties. One is physical properties, in brief, chemical properties, little bit more than the physical properties, because chemical properties we will perform in laboratory, then we will understand. Okay, so that's why under two headings we will study physical properties and chemical properties. So first we'll go to what? Physical properties of ethers. Ether is soluble in water because the oxygen atom in ether is capable of hydrogen bonding. This all we know. Solubility is explained on hydrogen bonding concept. Even in ether, we have two lone pair of electrons on O. O is in between two carbon atoms, two alkyl or the aryl groups. So that O carries two lone pair of electrons. That is the responsible reason for solubility of ether in water. That is explained diagrammatically here. Okay, so this is ethanol H bonding with water. This is dimethyl ether H bonding with water. You can compare here. Solubility of alcohol is more than the ether, because in alcohol we have OH group. In water also OH is there. So O as well as H is there in case of what? Alcohol. Whereas in the case of diethyl ether, dimethyl ether, or in general ether family, we have only one O. There is no H. So because of this reason, extensive heavy H bonding we don't find in case of ethers. They are soluble, but not to that extent when we compare with alcohols. Okay, that only we want to clear under this category, physical properties of ether. The solubility decreases with increase in the number of carbon atoms. As you increase the number of carbon atoms around the O, it becomes more hydrophobic. So because of more hydrophobic, they are less soluble in water. Ethers are much less soluble in water than alcohols. Definitely, just now we have clarified. Alcohols contain one OH, O and H are there, whereas ethers contains only one O, shortage of what? H. More water soluble than hydrocarbons. If you compare the solubility of ether with hydrocarbon, definitely ethers are more soluble, because hydrocarbons they don't have O, whereas in the case of ether we have one O where two lone pair of electrons are there. So because of this reason, ethers are more soluble than hydrocarbons. So here in 11th class and 12th class, once again I am reminding you, we have to compare. So it is a comparative study. Boiling points of ethers are lower than alcohols, again because of what? Intensive hydrogen intermolecular hydrogen bonding in alcohols. Okay, right. And O is sp3 in the case of what? Ether. Very good. Please compare here. This is what? Alcohol. O is there. This H can make bond with one more O. So there are two possibilities in case of alcohol. Okay. Whereas in the case of ether, only one possibility. That is shown here. Okay. So because more the number of possibilities, more the number of options, more is the we expect. Less the number of possibilities, less number of options, less we expect. Okay. That's all. Now we'll go to the chemical properties of ethers. They are studied under two headings. One is due to what? Chemical properties because of the cleavage of CO bond. Okay. So O between the two C's, you know. So one CO bond that cleaves, which CO bond cleaves, that depend upon the reaction conditions. But all those reactions which are because of the cleavage of CO bond under one category. Second category is what? Electrophilic substitution reactions of aromatic ethers. So aliphatic, no doubt we study under this heading. Okay, this heading. If it is aromatic, if you find benzene ring, then once again I will repeat the same statement. Where there is a benzene ring and there are ES reactions. Therefore, because of the presence of benzene ring, we have to study ES reactions of that category, whether it is aliphatic or aromatic, whether it is alcohol or aldehyde. So if benzene ring is there, we have to study ES reactions of that compound. Okay. Now first part, reactions due to cleavage of CO bond. Here this is what C, R is what? Alkyl. So CO bond cleaves. So generally ethers are not so reactive. Due to what? H is not there, no. So they are slightly, again, comparative study. If you compare with other class of compounds such as alcohols, they are less reactive, but you can make them reactive under some special drastic reaction conditions. Okay. So one example is what? Whenever hydrogen halides reacts with ethers, you have to take excess amount of hydrogen halide, then drastic conditions, more temperature, more pressure, okay, catalyst, promoters, all those. Then what we get? We get RX, bond cleaves here, R separates RX, and H will go and make a bond here, ROH. So compounds which contain OH are formed, that is alcohols are formed along with alkyl halide. If it is aliphatic ether, alcohol. If it is aromatic ether, bond cleaved not here. Here both are equal. Whether this bond cleaves or this bond cleaves is immaterial for us. But here this bond is not cleaved. Why? Because this belongs to aromatic category. So in the case of aromatic category, double bond creation is there. Why? Due to the resonating structures of aromatic compounds, double bond creates here. So due to double bond creation, this becomes more stronger than the single bond. So this bond will not be cleaved. Which CO bond is cleaved? This is CO bond is cleaved. So please, this is a very important point in the examination you want to check. Okay. So in the case of aromatic ethers, this bond is cleaved than this bond. Okay. So when this bond is cleaved, CH3 separates out. CH3I forms here and phenol is formed here. Okay. So that point you highlight in the examination. And this is the mechanism where HI reacts with what? Aliphatic ethers. So mechanism is there for the aliphatic. Okay, right. See the step number 1. Step number 1 is HI separates into H plus and the I minus. That H plus will attack on the O. Why on the O only? Because O has 2 lone pair of electrons. So it is electron rich center. Therefore, H plus will naturally attack on the O. And here we have protonated ether. Okay, I minus separates. It is now waiting for reaction to happen. So this is what? Protonated ether plus I minus. I have not shown here. Right? Okay, now I am taking the protonated ether. Okay, now there is a bond between O and the C. Okay, now this bond will fall back. Okay, so that plus charge is nullified. It is very easy. End portion of the ether. So this bond will fall to nullify the plus charge. That means this will go as a plus. That is methyl carbocation goes out, and thereby we get what? CH3 CH2OH. Ethanol forms. Now what is left here? CH3 plus I minus. They will react and forms the methyl iodide. Okay, so first is what? Protonated ether. From that carbocation separates. Carbocation goes with the iodide, becomes the alkyl halide, and alcohol is formed. Now one more example I have taken here. Which example? It is a bulkier ether. Okay, so what happens here? Whether this bond will fall here. Okay, this bond, right? So going for what? No, this bond will fall here. Going for the what? Stable carbocation, tertiary carbocation here. Tertiary carbocation forms here, and CH3O minus alkox methoxy ion separates. Okay. Now, so accordingly, this is a plus, so minus will add, this is a minus, plus will add. Accordingly, tertiary butyl iodide, alkyl halide, and alcohol is formed here. So this is a very easy mechanism to understand. So kindly go through and use whenever it is required as a knowledge part as an example. Now same reaction I told once again. If it is a aromatic ether, this bond cleaves. Okay, and this here extra part is what? Extra part is the mechanism part is explained here. So kindly go through. Okay, right. Now second part of chemical properties of ethers, that is electrophilic substitution reactions of alkyl aryl ethers or aryl ethers, aromatic ethers, airy ethers. Many words we can use to explain aromatic ethers. Okay, main part is what? When aromatic ethers undergoes resonance, what I said, double bond creates. Most important part is minus, that is negative charge is created on ortho and the para. That means the ether group on the benzene nucleus is ortho and the para directing, whereas meta inactivating. Okay, so it activates the ortho para but not the meta. Therefore, expected products are what? Ortho and the para products. See here. Halogenation by taking the bromine, ortho para. Nitration, ortho para. This is what? Friedel-Crafts reaction. Friedel-Crafts reaction in the presence of AlCl3 as catalyst or electron deficient to generate the electrophile. Okay. So because we are using here alkyl halide, this is called Friedel-Crafts alkylation. Because we are using CH3CO acyl, therefore this is called Friedel-Crafts acylation. So FIC acylation, FIC alkylation. Accordingly, ortho and the para products are formed. Among them, para is the major, already reason explained. So kindly go through all these, they are very easy. Okay. So we have winded the chemical properties of ethers under two headings: reactions due to the cleavage of CO bond and ES reactions. Okay. Now this is extra knowledge for you. In future, we find ether as a fuel. Okay. So already other sources we are using. Okay. Apart from the other sources, we may find ether in the market as a alternative source of water fuel, because we are facing shortage of diesel and the petrol. Already satellite remote sensing has given information in some years, maybe some 50 plus years, we face a shortage of diesel and water. Petrol. That time we have to be ready with the alternative source of energy, right? Okay, that extra knowledge not for example is okay. So in future we may find boards like this on the national highways, like renewable DME. How to make, what is DME? DME is dimethyl ether. Okay, so starting from the first member, we have started. In future many ethers will come as a fuel. So how to make it renewable? It is a food for thought. Using some other hydrocarbons as a starting point, prepare the ether in the laboratory. So how to make use of hydrocarbons from the other sources, dumping the wood in an area or where the swamp area, collect the sample, convert into ether. So all those techniques are there. In future we learn. Okay, now see, on national highways we find such pictures live. Okay, this is a picture now, so it may happen live, actual. So on roads, okay, on Indian roads. Okay, see, all these will happen as DME, dimethyl ether as a fuel. Okay, that's extra knowledge. So these are the plus points and the minus points of the dimethyl ether or ether as a alternative source of energy, especially for the automotives, for the vehicles on road. Okay, so soon we will be seeing some headlines, especially headline like this one on newspapers. Okay, what is the kind of headline we are going to see soon in newspaper, future newspapers? In addition to Sandhi, solar energy, alternative diesel will be hitting the Indian roads. Okay, soon, very soon. So let us hope for the news as early as possible. Soon means what? How much soon we don't know. Okay, so let us wait for ether as a fuel for the Indian vehicles. But only thing is, slightly we have to modify mechanical part. Our Indian mechanical engineers are very intelligent. Certainly they do some changes, and we will be seeing ether as a fuel. Already solar, hydrogen, other sources are there, but ether also is going to take the place of alternative source of energy. Okay, so let's wait. Let's make use of our buddhi. Let's make use of our vivek, so that we will have many options for the what motors. Okay,